Welcome, angry faithful, to the Friday What the Hell episode. I mean, this is the only one that we scheduled right on time until like in July, where I'm gonna have to figure some stuff out. But we just look at stuff that we find interesting on the internet and talk about it. Mostly news, mostly political, mostly Bill finds ridiculous videos for his enjoyment, and nobody else enjoys it
Hey,
except for him. So it's okay, Bill. It's okay. We here at Angry Me Production value your time that you give us. Anyways. All right, Bill. Ireland's burning. Mostly, what is it? Brussels? I think it is. Belfast. There we go. And why is Belfast burning, Bill? Can you tell us?
illegal immigration.
Are you
They're
sure?
they're fed up with it. While now that's why the liberals over there are fighting so hard, funding the groups over here to take Trump and conservatives out. Is the countries around the world who have the immigration issues, they're looking and going, they've been told for years, there's nothing we can do about it. And now they're going, look at America, we can do something about it. So where we have protesters fighting illegal immigrations, their protesters fight it against the illegal immigration. Our protesters fight for illegals. Theirs fight against them. Total 180. But the big money foreigners want to get rid of that influence that we have, so that their people can't go, look, America can do it, so can we. That's why you're getting conservatives all over the world winning, conservative leaders winning. And is there an article you wanted me to read?
I sent you the article, Bill.
You sent me the article.
Mm-hmm.
The article is what to know about the stabbing that set off the fiery riots in Northern Ireland.
What?
Yeah, the fiery riots. Now, there's some words that I guess I can say.
By the way, it's an article from PBS. So if you basically hate news, this is PBS News. That's what's hilarious. That's the reason why I chose that news group, because I've read a little bit of it, and they were actually just biased in it and just told the truth what happened. So go ahead, Bill. Read the article.
Okay. A savage knife attack on a Northern Ireland street set off 2 nights of fiery riots stoked by anti-migrant rhetoric. The suspect, a 30-year-old Sudanese man who had claimed asylum in the United Kingdom, has been charged with attempted murder, threatening to kill a second person and carrying a pokey. Protests over the attack flared into violence in Belfast and several other areas. Masked men set fire to several homes they believed to house immigrants, torched a bus, and pelted police with rocks and other objects. The government said more than 24 people lost their homes and 12 police officers were injured in what Northern Ireland Secretary Hilary Benn on Thursday called a racist thuggery. Here are some of the things to know about the attack and its aftermath. Haiti Aladid, or something like that, used a kitchen knife to blind Stephen Ogilvie in the left eye and carved deep wounds on his head, face, and back, police said. Graphic footage of the poking and the response of passerby who subdued the attacker spread quickly on social media. As Elodid, and I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce the name, was being threatened for a hand wound, he threatened to kill a radiologist. I've killed someone. I don't know if they're dead, he told medical staff, according to a detective who spoke in court. Police have not revealed a motive for the attack, but said it's not believed to be terrorism. Elodid did not enter a plea during a court appearance Wednesday and was ordered held until his next hearing. Officials aghast at the crime urged protesters to maintain order and civility, but groups dressed in black hoods and masks threw bricks, rocks, and stones at the police, set fire to trash bins, and burned vehicles and homes. When the attack happened on Monday night, we knew this would be coming. Twasul Mohammed, a Sudanese refugee who helped families forced from their homes Tuesday, told the BBC, "Everyone is terrified. We're keeping our kids at home." Violence flared again Wednesday, though on a smaller scale. Police blasted water cannons at protesters outside Belfast, who hurled bricks, hunks of stone at them as they had torn from garden walls and patios. Two officers in Carrickfergus, were injured by firebombs, police said. Politicians from both parts of Northern Ireland's power-sharing government condemned the violence. The violence was reminiscent of riots that swept England and parts of Northern Ireland 2 years ago after a teen killed 3 girls and seriously wounded 10 other people in a pokey-poke rampage at a dance class near Liverpool. The Belfast violence broke out a week after protesters clashed with police in the southern England city of Southampton over a sentencing of a man for the fatal pokey-poke of a university student. All 3 crimes featured Black or Asian suspects and victims who were white. The families of the victims all called for peace in the wake of the attacks and said they didn't want violence waged on behalf of their loved ones. Other factors were also at play in whipping up the anger. In the case of the girls killed in Southport in 2024, the suspect was wrongly identified on social media as a Muslim asylum seeker, even after British police said he was a British citizen born in Wales, later revealed to be raised by Christian parents in Rwanda. Protests were mostly aimed at migrants and Muslims. Outrage over the Southampton stabbing, poking, focused on the fact that police who arrived at what had been reported as a racist assault mistook the victim for Henry Nowak for the perpetrator. They initially dismissed Nowak's pleas that he had been stabbed and couldn't breathe and handcuffed him as he was dying. Vikram Digwa, who was carrying a ceremonial knife worn by Sikhs, S-I-K-H-S, but used a longer dagger to poke Nowak, lied to the police when he said Nowak attacked him, Judge William Mosley said in sentencing him to life in prison. Nigel Farage, leader of the Anti-Immigration Reform UK Party, said Nowak's killing was an example of so-called two-tier policing, a popular far-right talking point that suggests ethnic minorities are better treated than white people. Government officials and police have denied such a bias exists, and many experts say policing in Britain favors white people. That's bullshit. A report 3 years ago found the Metropolitan Police, the largest force in the UK, was riven with institutional racism. Reaction to the pokey pokes reflects a broader rise in anti-immigrant sentiment in parts of the UK and Europe, fueled by police debate over asylum seekers, small boat crossings, and pressure on public services, and heightened by often extreme online debate. Protesters have been called to action on social media by UK far-right activists, including Stephen Yaxley-Lennon, also known as Tommy Robinson, and rallied by influential international figures, including tech mogul Elon Musk. Musk tweeted more than 100 times about British politics with a strong focus on Nowak's killing, around the time of Digwa's trial and offered to bankroll a private prosecution of the local police force. U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance, in a post on X, blamed Nowak's killing on the mass invasion of migrants, many of whom despise the West and the people who love it. Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer snapped back at Musk and Vance, criticizing people trying to interfere in our democracy and seeking to stir up division on our streets. Mark Rowley, the head of London's Metropolitan Police, said online misinformation and disinformation is right at the center of the challenges for us with public disorder. Some political figures pointed to the largely open border between Northern Ireland, which is part of the UK, and the Republic of Ireland, where the suspect arrived in Dublin from Paris before heading north. The border is a sensitive political issue. Allowing the free flow of people is a major pillar of the peace process that largely ended decades of violence known as the Troubles. The conflict involving Irish Republican and British Loyalist militants and UK security forces left almost 3,600 people unalived before a 1998 peace accord. Just to kind of add to this, I did not personally read this before someone said, "Hey, read this," and man, it's biased crap. That was oozing with anti-conservative, liberal, pro, open our borders, and we're falling to shit UK garbage. Anyway.
Yeah, on the last part, I didn't get to that last part.
No, all of it, all through it was jabs about evil conservatives and if you speak out against the boat people arriving there, then you're racist. You're attacked.
Here's my thinking on that. I did it as a trickery. I wanted to see if that actually pans out to get us more views. I was like, I can't, because the way that AI does stuff nowadays, and this is just, not, I'd say AI, but it's algorithm for anything dealing with YouTube and Facebook and whatnot. If you say stuff like that, hands to the other crowd because they pick it up. It's like, oh, you like this stuff, so we're going to put more stuff on it. But anyways, talking about that, another thing happened today, and that's the release of intelligence evidence about 120 new biolabs in over 30 countries, including Ukraine, which I knew the Ukraine stuff. I know we always have like biolabs in different countries. Go ahead, Bill, and roll that beautiful beam footage.
After months of searching through intelligence community holdings and files, today I'm releasing new evidence of long-standing U.S. government funding of more than 120 biolabs in over 30 countries. Now, these biolabs include labs in places like Ukraine, which could be at risk of compromise due to the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war. In fact, the intelligence community had previously warned that a U.S.-funded biolab in Ukraine likely housed dangerous pathogens and remained vulnerable to longstanding threats of Russian attack, seizure, or damage. Now, until now, evidence regarding the full existence and funding of these laboratories had been knowingly withheld from you, the American people. Many of these U.S. government-funded biolabs are currently or have previously engaged in research using hazardous and highly contagious pathogens, and in some cases included dangerous gain-of-function research with very little visibility or oversight. Now, President Trump clearly understands the serious threat dangerous gain-of-function research poses to the American people. And this is why he took decisive action over a year ago. On May 25th, 2025, he signed an executive order to end federal funding of gain-of-function research around the world. Here at ODNI, I issued new guidance to the intelligence community directing increased collection on these laboratories and facilities overseas. And we're already seeing the results of this increased collection. We're learning new details, for example, on clinical trials that are underway at these facilities and that are raising significant ethical, financial, and security concerns regarding the supposed public health initiatives and U.S. national security. Now, despite the obvious potential for catastrophic global impact that research on dangerous pathogens in biolabs can have, politicians and so-called health professionals like Dr. Fauci, as well as entities within the Biden administration's national security team, lied repeatedly to the American people about the existence of US funded and supported biolabs. Not only did they lie, they threatened those who attempted to expose the truth. So this release today breaks new ground, as the information surrounding the existence, history, locations, and funding of these US funded biolabs has been intentionally covered up by very powerful people who falsely claimed that these biolabs didn't exist. Now, they accuse anyone who says otherwise to be foreign assets and traitors to America. Now, ODNI will continue working closely with partners across the US government to identify exactly where these labs are and what pathogens they contain, to end dangerous gain-of-function research that threatens the health and well-being of the American people and people around the world.
Yeah. I knew a lot of them that actually, we knew about the Ukraine one. Obama did the one in China with, what's his name? The rat. But here's the thing. During that whole pandemic stuff and everything, they forced a lot of the places like YouTube and X at the time, and also Facebook, any social media. If you went anything against the grain, I've had episodes taken down because of that. And what's really sad is I was talking about a TV show on one.
I would link to articles and to videos, and I would tell people, watch it fast, fast, because anything that or J6, watch it fast, because it was going to be gone within an hour or two.
Yeah, that's exactly
anything I put out.
Yeah. But here's another thing that happened today. What else happened today? I think there was like 400 people that became rich. Well, 401 became like one of them became like super rich. And here's the thing on it. They're calling Elon Musk the first trillionaire. And I hate to inform people.
It isn't cash you can spend.
One, it's cash. Yeah, it's not cash you can spend. But one, there is a couple of countries that they do not annotate how much money they have. The Saudis, that's one. I can guarantee you they're trillionaires. I don't know if the Rothschilds are trillionaires. I'm curious.
I truly don't know if anyone else has reached that.
Rothschild.
You ever watch Patrick Bet David?
Rothschilds are about 400 to 500 billion. Unless they
have you ever watched Patrick Bet David?
Yeah, I do it all the time. Every day.
Did you see here last year? It was about last summer or something. Someone made a prediction that Elon would be the first trillionaire.
Again, he's not the first trillionaire.
Or no, the 3 trillion. That he would reach 3 trillion. That was their, within 8 to 10 years, they said he will reach $3 trillion. And the
Yeah.
thing is, he isn't like your Zuckerberg or your other rich. He doesn't go out and play on his yachts and stuff. He doesn't have a yacht.
He
What- you know,
what
what you see him wear is what he wears, you know, t-shirt. And,
Well, from what I understand, is he even got rid of like a big time mansion.
yeah. And I don't think he had it for very long.
Yeah.
And then he got rid of it. For the
Yeah.
longest, he would sleep on the floor in his production facilities.
But 400 people that had, I think, 10,000 and some of them diversified, added more stock, to which it was the same play that Elon Musk did with Tesla before Tesla went public. Is Tesla just paid Elon Musk and he stock, and he just had like a slush fund, like 50. I think it was like $50,000 or some shit like that. Something small.
Well, I got a small article I can read on that gets more detail. And it's Elon just created 4,400 millionaires in a single day. 400 of them are now worth over 100 million. They aren't VCs, they're SpaceX employees. And the list includes welders, technicians, and cafeteria staff because for 2 decades, the company paid every level of the workforce in stock instead of higher salaries. Juan Hernandez immigrated from Mexico and took a $28 an hour contract welding job in 2015. He says he didn't even know what SpaceX was. The company gave him a $10,000 equity grant and let him buy more shares through payroll deductions. That stake is now worth $880,000. Trevor Heiss' parents wanted him to take a stable job at GE. He picked SpaceX instead, stayed 12 years, and accumulated over 100,000 shares. At the $135 listing price, that's $13.5 million. He's 37, semi-retired. His words, the magnitude of this has been ridiculous. The most telling detail came from the listing. Over 100 employees quietly banded together and negotiated a group wealth management deal covering up to $5 billion because none of them ever needed a wealth manager before. Software IPOs have minted millionaires for 30 years. This is the first one where money went to the factory floor. Way to go, Elon.
Well, okay. As I just said, he did it to himself and he wanted to do it for his employees. And he's done that a lot. And a lot of companies do this. And Bill wanting to, like, you know, stroke people off like he wants to all the time.
What?
But a lot of companies do that. Like the company that I work for right now, you can buy stock. I mean, them paying you in stock, but their 401k is just to die for. I keep on hearing like other people's, like how long they work for a company, and they only get like a couple of thousand when they get laid off. And when I got laid off, I had like 25,000. That was just amazing. And I only worked there for 5 years at that time. Now it's accumulated a lot more. But how much did you ever take out your 401k?
Unfortunately, with the amount of debt we had, I didn't put a lot in it like I should have for the 9 years I was out there.
Oh, you would have had like probably around about 50,000.
Oh, more than that.
Probably, yeah, more than that. But anyways, do we have? Let me see like one more last thing. See if anything I can pull up.
How many people out there go to Starbucks? Anyone out there go to Starbucks?
No, Bill.
Give me a large coffee.
What?
Go ahead.
Coffee, black, no sugar. Give me a large coffee, black, no sugar. Very simple.
You mean a venti?
I mean a large. That's English. That's a real word. I'm not saying venti. I don't speak Italian. I speak American.
Sir, we don't have large in our system.
Then your system is broken. I've reformed the tax code, the military, and the border. You're telling me a coffee shop is where I finally lose?
Would you like to try our new lavender oat milk?
I'd like to try a large black coffee in a cup with a lid. No lavender, no oat, no milk from a plant. Plants don't have milk. That's a scam. And I know scams. I've been accused of several.
One large black coffee.
Thank you. Was that so hard? They wrote Karen on the cup. Give me.
I like that part. The Karen.
Now, one thing I learned today is I never knew what venti was.
Yeah.
Venti means 20. That is a 20-ounce coffee. Except if you get a venti and it's iced, it's actually in a 24-ounce cup. Just some Starbucks trivia. I don't do Starbucks because it's
Starbucks.
ridiculously expensive.
It's not Starbucks. It's not trivia. What is a coolery board? I think I'm butchering that.
A what?
Coolery board.
Charcuterie?
Yes. What's
What's its definition? I know what it has usually has on it.
Bill? What is it? And what is his actual name in English?
Oh shit, I didn't know.
Don't look it up. Just
I
tell
don't
me.
know.
You don't know? You know what it is? I can tell you it is. It's French. You know what's French for?
Cheese.
Deli. It's a deli board. The reason why I bring this up is because it's the same thing with the venti and everything like that. But I would. My other host, Johnny, you've met him. We had his wife was down, and well, his future wife. They were talking about stuff over the wedding while we're on the podcast and everything. And I just, because she kept on saying charcuterie board, and I was like, "What the hell is charcuterie?" I'm like, and she's like, "Oh, it's that little." They put like meats and cheese and everything on a board. It's a French thing. I was like, no, it's not a French thing. She's like, what? And Johnny was like looking at me. He was like, he's about to say something smart he found on the internet. It's a deli plate. Call it a deli plate. But charcuterie sounds more sophisticated. I was like, I'm calling it a deli plate. And Johnny just looks at me going, don't call it a deli plate while she's around. I was like, no, I'm calling it a deli plate because it's fucking deli plate. He's like, Dave, you know I can kill you. You know I'm willing to die for my for what I believe in. That's the American way. He's like, I hate you. I was like, I love you, brother. He's like, I love you too. But yeah,
The next holiday gathering with my in-laws, I'm going to have to do that. They're going to have to bring it out. When they bring one out, I'm going to say, "Oh, you fixed a deli plate."
yeah. No, it's a charcuterie board. No, it's French.
Charcuterie.
Well, whatever.
Yeah,
Anyway.
whatever.
Go ahead, Bill. Last thing, and then we got to go.
This is way cool. I have never seen the Blue Angels and the Thunderbirds all in one formation.
That's going to be on Sunday. What they usually do is right before they do their actual event, they do a flyby in the area that they're in. Because when I was going to school at Shepherd Elementary, whenever they did the like the weekend for the uh, air show, the Thunderbirds would fly over the school. It was kind of a cool thing that we get they would take all the students and they would set them outside and they would do a little thing for us and then go, because they were just testing everything out. But anyways, Bill, that's the end of the show. It's really short this week. It's a long weekend for me, so we try to keep these as short as possible. But always, thank you all for that stayed with us, listened to us. Love you guys. I'm David Dickerman.
And I'm Wild William.
Thank you again, and goodbye.